Great Britain. And later, after this one, it'll be Serbia taking on the host, Turkey. That's always an entertaining matchup. Flashback to 2010, the FIBA Basketball World Cup, if you need to be reminded of that one in the semifinals. Now, here are the Group D standings. As we speak, Latvia, after their last win, have gone to the top, but Russia, if they win this one, will leapfrog them back into first place. And then you've got the rest of the chasing pack. It's not looking good for Great Britain at 0-3. So I'm Jeff Taylor, joined by Josh Davis. And, well, I expect a good one today, Josh.
Definitely. I mean, these teams have shown some great play so far. Granted, Russia's been more consistent. Belgium's been more in stretches. They've had, I'd say about 6 good quarters. Haven't been able to put together a full game against Latvia, obviously. But we're expecting a good one, as you said. Russia does have a pretty big size advantage. A lot of big guys inside, and obviously Alexei Shved on the perimeter. But Belgium, a very balanced team, a lot of different weapons, can hurt you in a lot of different ways. So it's going to be a good one.
Well, hello, everybody. We are in the city where East meets West. It's Istanbul, and we're actually in the Asian part of Istanbul. We'll be in the European part for the knockout round, but right now we're here at the Fenerbahce Arena, and the players are being introduced of Russia. They're getting ready to face Belgium, and I think this is a tricky game for Russia, and certainly Belgium did not look like they were at their best in the last game. We understand they've had some stomach issues, perhaps picking up a bug or something, and maybe they'll be back to their best today. Not making excuses, but I think Russia would make a huge mistake if they were to underestimate this Belgian team, and I don't think that they will. So Josh, you hail from Belgium. You grew up there. You know all these guys. How are they going to approach this game?
Well, they know that they are in for a tough one. And as we said, we're looking at some of the veterans. Hervel had a great first quarter against Latvia. Can he have another quick start? And you're looking for some of the other guys, again, those veterans, Van Rossum, Tabu, Gillet. Can they bring back that scoring punch that really helped them score, 103 points against GB in that first game?
Well, Russia are trying to get out of the group phase for the first time since EuroBasket 2011 when they clinched third place. That tournament was played in Lithuania. Belgium, they're playing at this EuroBasket competition for the 4th consecutive time, and the last couple times they've advanced from the group, the initial group. So Eddie Casteels has this Belgium program, it would seem, moving in the right direction. But they've got a lot of work to do to get out of this group, starting with today's game against Russia. So we are going to have a pause in the commentary as we have the playing of the national anthems for both Russia and Belgium. Okay, the national anthems have been played. Russia and Belgium, a big game. They're all big. What am I talking about? They're all big at the FIBA EuroBasket, and we know that the people are watching everywhere. It's a fascinating, fascinating tournament. It's day 3 of Group D. It's day 5 of the tournament. We had some incredible games yesterday, and we just watched a bizarre game with Latvia and Great Britain. Latvia getting up by 29, but Great Britain came back and ended up losing by just 5. And we just don't know what's on store. Anyway, we got the referees today. Michael Whelan of Canada, Georgios Porsanidis of Greece, and Martin Horozov of Bulgaria. And Josh Davis, this is the point. Right. Hand it over to you.
Yeah, and again, looking at these two rosters, first the Russian side. Again, top of Group D. Kind of a surprise in a lot of ways, and a lot of people didn't expect them to be up there. But my biggest question is, are they going to be aggressive or are they going to be complacent? You know when you're sitting at the top of the standings, you can take your foot off the gas. You see Alexei Shved leading the way for these guys. Obviously, Timofey Mozgov, number 15, another known name to a lot of fans. But a couple other guys, Vorontsevich as well as Kurbanov, had some big games against Serbia the other night. Can they repeat that performance? Starting 5 of Kopstov, Fritzen, Shved, Vorontsevich, and Mozgov finally getting into the starting 5 for Russia after 2 strong performances. And also Fritzen, who maybe hasn't been as strong as he usually is in EuroBasket in previous years.
He needs to get him going, doesn't he?
Definitely.
Maybe that's a move to get him going. Vitaly Fritzen. And for Belgium?
So for Belgium, obviously another fully loaded team. The star players, Sam Van Rossum, who's been coming off the bench so far, Maxime Dezoy as well. Both of those guys had some big games in the first day, but also Jonathan Tabou is another guy you want to look out for. Quentin Saron will be starting again here today. Had a strong start against Latvia, an athletic, strong guard on the perimeter, and he's joined by the aforementioned Tabou as well as Jean-Marc Mwema, Alex Ervel, and Kevin Toumba, who has been in the starting 5 but hasn't necessarily finished games for Belgium so far.
That's been one of the mysteries, hasn't it? Why has Toumba played early and seemingly played well the last game? Maxime Dezoy never really got to go in the last game. The first game, however, he was terrific. And likewise, Kurbanov didn't really get it going in the first game, but really got it going in the last game. And really, I think it's these role players like Dezoy and Kurbanov that might determine how far these teams go. For Sergei Bazarevich of Russia, the former great player and infinitely likable chap, certainly the funniest coach here in my opinion. And then you've got the steely-minded Eddie Castile's focused, concentrated, drawing up plays in his sleep, I would suggest.
All right, team. Hey,
don't keep the same demeanor, win or lose after games.
Definitely. Russia can pretty much count on Alexei Shved. He's averaging 22 points a game. Obviously, Mozgov comes in averaging about 15. But it's really going to be about those 3rd and 4th contributors. Can they make an impact in this game? Meanwhile, for Belgium, who's going to be your go-to guy? We've had strong performances from different guys, but when things don't start to go well, and we know that they had strong 1st and 3rd quarters against Latvia, but then in the 2nd and 4th, Latvia was able to just blow up that lead and end up winning by 28 points.
Look, you know what? When Andrei Kirilenko, who's now the Russian Basketball Federation president, he's here watching this game. When he was the EuroBasket MVP in 2007, after leading Russia to the title in Madrid over Spain team that had Marc Gasol, Pau Gasol, Navarro, Calderon, all these superstars. Belgium, meanwhile, nowhere on the map. I mean, they were like in Division B. They were scrapping away just trying to make it to the EuroBasket. And under Castiles, really since making that appearance in 2011, they have been on a roll, making consistently making it to the big table. Good afternoon, good evening, folks. Welcome wherever you're watching to Istanbul. It's the FIBA EuroBasket game between Belgium in white and Russia in red. And Belgium trying to get the bad taste of a heavy defeat to Latvia out of their mouths, and they start with a wide-open three-pointer from Jonathan Tabou.
And you see some great ball movement already on that first possession from Belgium. The ball going inside out through Mwema and Ervel.
And Tabou got it going early against Great Britain, did he? And it really kind of gave Belgium a decent platform to build on, although they did end up trailing in that game. Here's Fritzen. Fridzen's such a crucial player over the years for Russia. Can he rekindle that type of shooting form and all-around play that made him indispensable during the David Blatt years? Can he get it going here for Russia? So 3 seconds on the shot clock. And the pass intercepted by Mwema. Inauspicious start for the Russians. I really liked how Ivlev started last time for Russia. I thought he did well.
That is the bittersweetness of a national team, as you have so many players that deserve to start, really.
So Ron puts up a three, no good, and Tumba scrapping away with about 3 or 4 red shirts in there. And now the foul on Tumba. He'll be playing in Spain for Murcia, southern Spain.
And although Tumba, as you mentioned, he's been starting but not necessarily playing big minutes throughout the game, I think it's good for Castiles to be able to have a guy who can basically get fouls for, and he's going to make it tough on the opposition's big men, make them work. Obviously, he crashes the boards majestically at times. But they have some depth at the 4 and the 5 there in Belgium.
Tabu was tugging on the shirt of Kovstov. Here's Barncevic. And Tabu brings it quickly up the floor, then I'll back out. Tabu's the captain of Belgium. Now Hervel and Tumba. Oh, not afraid of him, but comes up short. Went right at Mozgov. Short little jump hook. And Shved guarded by Serron. Now Fritzen. Kind of an interesting matchup. Mwema on Fritzen. Now Shved drives in and throws it over the rim off the backboard and into the hands of Mwema. Mwema thinks he can post up Shved, but doesn't get the entry pass. Now Serron. Shot clock winding down again. Good D from Russia. Tabu has to put up a little fadeaway. So good half-court defense from the Russians. Shved quickly, and he was pushed by Mwema. And Mwema wasn't gonna give him an easy one, was he? He was like, Mr. Shved, you're going to the line. You're gonna have to earn it.
And we know that Shved's very, very aggressive on offense, often looking for a shot. Has done a good job finding other guys, especially shooters as he drives, and the big men on dump-offs. Interestingly enough, he hasn't shot a 3 yet in these first couple of minutes. Usually that tends to be his first shots of the game.
I think he's fooled us all, hasn't he?
Driving strong to the basket 2 times now for Shved.
Shved makes the first one. He hit the game, effectively the game-winning 3 against Turkey on the opening night, and that really gave this Russian team a launch pad to go have a good EuroBasket. They want to keep it going. He makes the second one, and has clearly kind of become their main go-to guy, hasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, both of their games have been extremely close, which is obviously a testament to how they've been able to execute and also get stops down the stretch. Coming up with 2 wins there.
Tabu gets it inside of Tumba. A little bit of a mismatch, and Mozgov came from behind, but was called for a foul. Got some body. And I think he just got a lot of ball, but got a lot of body. And look at what was Castillo saying. He's like, you got to go up and dunk that ball, Tumba.
Early foul on Mozgov. Tumba unable to connect on the first free throw.
Line, that was a real strength for Belgium, really, in their first game against Great Britain. They shot it pretty well in this tournament.
See some backcourt pressure here from Belgium.
Break it
Russia
easily.
able to break it.
Oh, goodness me, the jam! And
That's how you break a press.
Mozgov.
Wow. Lovely pass from Kostov to Mozgov.
That ties it up. And now the alley-oop to Nwema.
Below the rim alley-oop. A nice pass from Ravel, finding a cutting Nwema.
Don't look now, but this is entertaining. Wow. Both teams stepping it up. Saron guarding Schmidt. And a turnaround from Fritzen. And Taboo. Oh.
Tough catch there for Tumba.
And Castiles didn't like it. He's looking at his captain and saying, calm down, or no rush. Look at this. Look at this.
Moskov running the floor hard. Lovely catch and finish.
Borshevich to Fritzen. Trapped on the baseline. Borshevich from the right. And Moskov doesn't rebound it. And it gives it to Saron. And he's going to go up old school style. Just lay it up. You thought he was going to dunk it, didn't you?
I did think so. He's athletic. You would think he would dunk that. A little bit of excitement. But hey, nonetheless, it's 2 points.
He likes those layup drills.
So Russia's transition defense just non-existent on the last play.
Kovstov floats in and takes the bump. And the foul's on Taboo, his first. Kovstov has been in this setup for a long time, this national team setup.
See his stats there. Really a great defender. You can find him pressuring the ball handler throughout the game.
Taboo tries to split the D, and the ball went off the foot of Moskov. He's being very agreeable today, isn't he, Moskov? Not complaining with the referee. And yeah, so it'll be 14 seconds on the shot clock. You can see Andre Kirilenko right there beside Saron when he inbounded the ball, sitting courtside. Best seat in the house, other than yours. Now Nwema. Saron. Oh, nice stop, and puts it up and in. Phenomenal improvement by Saron the last 4 years, really.
Definitely. You know, he's only 27 years old, despite the gray hairs you might see on the back of his head. But the drive right and stop and spin as Shved takes a tough shot. Saron playing some great defense.
Well, back to Taboo, wide open, good! And that's gonna bring a timeout from Sergei Bazarevich. And I'll tell you what, this feet set, Taboo, no question, he's shooting it.
This is now actually Russia's largest deficit of the tournament so far, as they haven't been led by by more than 6 points until the 7-point lead now for Belgium.
Well, field goal percentage is part of the story. Certainly 5 of 8 for Belgium. 1 field goal made so far from 6 attempts for Russia. And, you know, interestingly, I was going to say in the press conference 2 days ago, Bazarevich said, we talked about this before the tournament. We said if we win 2 games, the first 2 games, we're not going to be surprised. We will also know that we haven't done anything yet. We haven't clinched our progression out of the group. But we also said if we lose our first 2 games, we'll know that we'll still be in there. So the point is, maybe they haven't started this 3rd game as sharp as they started certainly in the last game against Serbia. They came out ready to hit Serbia in the mouth. And this one, maybe not so much.
Yeah, we talked about kind of the aggression versus the complacency factor that could be happening when you do have that 2-game cushion on a lot of teams, and obviously the top 4 in the group advance. But Belgium playing with a team with a lot of desperation right now, which is exactly what they need to do.
I would have had these 2 teams battling with Great Britain for that 4th spot coming into the tournament. So really, Russia's start has surprised me. Really, they've done well. But they've got to sustain it. You know, they haven't progressed with the group the last 2 EuroBaskets. And it goes to Mozgov. Tumba got a hand on it. And now, oh, he just meets 3 Belgian players. He needs to pass it back out, I think.
We'll see who gets credited with that block.
Maybe Hervel.
Yep, they're going to give it to Hervel as Gillette checks in for him.
Look at this again. So Pierre-Antoine Gillet is coming in for Hervel. Antoine Gillet was outstanding in the first game against Great Britain. Here's Fritzen off the back of the iron. And now the ball goes out to Schved. Oh, those second opportunities. And they come back to haunt you.
How often do we see that where a offensive rebound leads out to a kick out 3, and Schved gets into the box score with his first basket. Sorry, second basket. First basket with 2 free throws.
That's right. And a little bit too much hand checking perhaps from Schved. Watch this. Yeah, he got him on the left arm rather.
Took his surprise.
Taboo. Pierre-Antoine Gillette. Feet set. Well short. And Fritzen, good job collecting that one.
Pierre-Antoine Gillette with one of the quickest releases we've seen here in Istanbul.
Schved's got the bit between the teeth. And now it's a 1-point game. And that 1 3-pointer, he just needed to see that ball fall through the hoop, didn't he? He is looking for it now. Tonton Serron had Tumba just for a second there. Is this a matchup you like? Him going up? Nope, he's going to pass it back out to.
Ooh.
And great defense.
Overpassing.
It was 13 to 6.
13 to 6, and back-to-back threes from Schved brings them right back into the game as Van Rossum and Salumu check in.
One of them. That was the last one.
He's been swishing a lot of these threes too. He's been on fire this tournament already with 8 quick points.
I say he's one of the early front runners for spot in the All-Star 5. Maybe MVP, but they're going to win it. Of course, we're early in the tournament. Fritzen puts it up and still misses, so the start hasn't really changed things for him. Now Soron pushes it quickly. And Van Rossum brings it back out. Salumu, bounce pass. And play by Antoine Gillet. Pierre-Antoine Gillet.
Gillet knew that he had to shoot that as Tumba was close to a 3-second call.
Schved dribbling, ball goes off of somebody's foot. Oh, what hustle, what hustle! And it's going to be great hustle from Tumba. It's going to be Russia possession with 8 seconds on the shot clock. Maxime Dezoy comes in, and Tumba goes out. Have to push it quickly. Hooligan, remember the Hooligan brothers, has it, shakes and bakes, puts up a 3. And is that foul on Moscow? And the referees aren't sure they're in full agreement. They're going to talk about it.
So they're giving the foul to Zubkov. And Mozgov kind of got bailed out because I think he might have been called for that foul as well.
Zubkov says, no problem, I'll take it. Hand in the face there.
Ooh, you see Zubkov waving his arm to try to get Pierre-Antoine Gillet off of him.
And now Dezoy with the illegal screen.
He's been called for a few of those here in the tournament. Susceptible to offensive fouls.
I think he's a player just like Pierre-Antoine Gillet that they need big contributions from.
Well, he did have 21 points and 7 rebounds against GB, so he can definitely do it. He needs to stay out of foul trouble.
Hooligan, his pass almost batted here. Fritzen, they go to the line for two. That's the best that we've seen from Fritzen. First. So they've had a tough time against Lapa. Guy had his sunglasses on.
I'm also curious to see how Dimitri Hooligan responds to no longer being in the starting five, and also wasn't really in the game down the stretch against Serbia in that close game.
I think we're both in agreement that Dimitri Hooligan plays better with Schmitz in the game. So maybe if he gives him a breather, he comes in. Awesome.
Nice
Quick
pass.
pass to Zoe. Oh, it gets rejected by
Zubkov.
Zubkov on the SWAT team. Now Shved drills the three. His third three-pointer. And this is what I'm talking about. Shved comes in averaging 22 points per game. And with Russia looking a little bit out of sorts, nails the three. His third three of the game.
That was a confident shot, Jeff. Full speed of transition with guys around him.
I think he might be the most pure shooter in this competition. Perhaps.
It's up there. And we have a lot of them out. Bogdanovic from Serbia, obviously can be in there. And this guy, Kristaps Porzingis, showing his shooting touch.
Who is that? I've heard about him.
He's got 28 points today. Latvia. And Davis Bertans came out and hit his first 5 threes today as well. If you take a look at the stats here.
So those three-pointers are you-know-who's. Schmitz. You know, the old days, here we go. Look at this. You just think this is a dunk, an easy one. But Zubkov, and that just illustrates the size that Russia has. And they've got some big boys out there at every position.
Definitely, and Dzor is going to be wondering why he did not dunk that ball, as we see Shved's pull up three consistently let us know how many points that shot is worth.
He's 2.05 meters in height. Care to venture what that is in feet and inches?
It's about 6'9".
Talking about Zubkov. The two big guys. Van Rossum and Maxime Dzor off the front of the rim. Haven't seen Kurbanov yet, so it's going to be an X factor perhaps. Coming off the bench. Here we go. Mozgov gets inside and was able to get the rebound. Quick pass up here, Antoine Gillet. Get it back outside to Van Rossum.
Deep set, knocks it down.
Nothing. On the bottom of the net for Mr. Van Rossum.
Again, good ball movement from Belgium, creating that open shot. As the ball went inside out again to Gillet, finding Saran, who kicks it out to Van Rossum.
Mozgov trying to power his way down low, and traveling is the call. And he's having no joy whatsoever other than that alley-oop slam on the break.
See some great help defense here from Gillet, as he doesn't just dig in, but wraps his arms around the ball.
Kurbanov is going to come into the game. Mozgov goes out. Fritzen goes out. Hooligan goes out. And it's Kurbanov, Kostov, Zubkov, Seaman Antonov has come into the game. Brings a lot defensively. Here's Van Rossum. Back out to Antoine Gillet. Schmidt. He looks for a shot in this situation. Zubkov has it. Zubkov. Oh, that was a strong move, but he didn't make the shot. He does get it back, however.
Shot clock resets.
The shot clock
doesn't
is now
reset.
off. The final seconds ticking off the clock here in the quarter. And Antonov puts it up and scores over Dzor and gives Russia a 1-point lead at the end of a hard-fought first quarter.
You see him kind of able to create a little separation with that elbow. Seen that called an offensive foul a couple of times here in this tournament. 19-18 for Russia after one.
So what do you make of these early numbers, Josh?
Well, despite shooting just 5 for 16, 31%, Russia finds themselves with a 1-point lead. And obviously, Shved's 3 threes really helps out with that. But if you're Belgium right now, you're kind of wondering why you're shooting yourself in the foot, as for the first time in the tournament, we're seeing Vincent Kesteloot check in for Belgium.
Interesting.
The player from Ostend.
Ostend by the Sea.
A lovely place. I spent many vacations there, actually.
Yep. Russia 3 offensive rebounds. Second quarter action underway here in Istanbul. And Kesteloot, I think, picked up the foul on holding on Kurbanov. Chasing Kostov. Here's Zubkov. Shakes and bakes. Gets in. Oh, he gets rejected.
Great help. What a block by Dezoy.
Dezoy's the boy.
And he catches it, too.
That's what you got to do, isn't it? Otherwise, Russia might get that second opportunity. Dezoy scrapping down low with Zubkov. Van Rossum. Here Antoine Gillet. Back to Van Rossum. Feed set. Again, and nails it. The veteran guard.
That's a great sign for Belgium, as Van Rossum, with 19 points in the first game, struggled a little bit against Latvia.
Kurbanov. And I'll tell you, he's a handful, Kurbanov. He's getting a little bit of help there, but he picks up his second foul. So do you think, again, you start with Tumba, now you bring in Kesselov for the first time. Castile's understanding this game's going to be physical, and he doesn't mind losing some fouls with him. Oh, Cooligan catches it on the inbounds and scores. That's
great execution from Russia there, able to find the open man underneath the basket. And I know you really like Ishmael Bako for Belgium, a young big man who really came in with some positive things against Latvia.
Salumu. And they just throw it over to Salumu. And Kesteloot was able to collect it. Who are you saying I was impressed by?
Ishmael Bako.
Oh, yeah, sorry. The big fella.
And even though Belgium doesn't seem to touch the ball there, the ball's going to stay with Russia.
I think he was potentially one of the players that's a little bit upset stomach. That might be going around. Could be a reason why we have Kesteloot. Hooligan looked like he was trying to commit the foul, and then Kostov lowers his shoulder and fouls Van Rossum. So Van Rossum in the shop window right now, not re-signing with Valencia Basket. He spent the last few years with. Now, Simon Antonov knocks it away into the hands of Cooligan, who again goes inside and misses, but Antonov there for the offensive rebound. He gets blocked, but Van Rossum fouls him from behind.
sloppy play there from Van Rossum. Turned the ball over and picks up the foul on the other end. Cooligan unable to finish the reverse layup.
Been surprised. I thought he was going to finish that.
He is athletic, that's for sure.
I just think that Russia's size is they're bigger than you realize. It's a big team, including Cooligan. He's 1.98 meters now, right? My brother's actually taller. Here's Salumu, gets inside. Shot clock winding down to 5. Belgium. And Van Rossum drives in, takes a very difficult shot, contested. And Russia doing a good job. It's a real battle right now against this Russian defense for Belgium. Behind the back pass, Steven Antonov passes it up and then goes in for the layup. That's going to be a worry, isn't it? Belgium.
Well, if you're Belgium, you have to know that Antonov is likely not going to take that 3, and if he does, you're going to live with that. So a poor closeout leads to an open layup for Antonov. Strong drive by Salumu.
Puts the pressure on the D and earns a trip to the line.
Tripped up
by Antonov. So that's Antonov's first. No foul trouble what to speak of for anybody. Kessler has 2, but I don't think that'll worry Castiles too much.
Let's go. Wait the shot. Hey!
And now a foul has been called. This could be a huge trip down the floor. No, it's going to be, okay, they're going to say the basket is good.
My mistake.
Somebody got in the lane.
My mistake.
Oh, the referee saying my mistake.
Yeah.
Inadvertent whistle.
Hey.
So the guys are just boxing out too hard sometimes, you know?
I like it when the ref does that. Like it's wrong with this. Antonov bumped, and Salumu all over Antonov, and he's going to now try to beast him. Kurbanov goes baseline, and Kestelou just reaches over and commits the foul. Kurbanov is
No basket.
playing big physical
Kestelou with 3 fouls in 3 minutes. Now Belgium's almost is in the penalty actually. Still 6:47 to go in the second quarter.
Kostov for 3. Oh, that's a big shot for Russia. Goes and nice turn. Oh,
Great
what a play.
footwork, but he can't finish.
Kazoid just completely lost it.
Did all the work and then this is on the easy part.
Yes.
3-second violation.
Well, Belgium offensively struggling mightily against Russia right now. Schmidt. I suppose what's worrying is they seem to have struggled even more with Schmidt out of the game. Now they're going to have to get in with him. Russia had full.
And Mozgov checks in as well. Still waiting for Manu Lecomte to potentially make his entrance to the game. Have some kind of impact.
We've kind of waiting for that, haven't we? Just circumstances haven't really allowed for it yet. Here's Saron, nice pass to Tumba, and he was fouled by Dimitri Kuligin.
Saran has arguably been Belgium's best player here in the first half.
The free throw shooting has been excellent for Belgium in this tournament coming into today, over 83%. But he banks that one in. 4 of 6 now in this game. Bank is open. Kurbanoff. Oh, he goes right past him, Wayma. What a play. And Tumba picks up foul number 2.
Kurbanoff making great use of this jab step for the second time here in the second quarter. Able to get by his man, and you mentioned the size. That is a strong dude right there at the free throw line right now.
That's why they call him the Kurbanator. Indeed. He's definitely, he went in from the left corner before. And that was from the other side.
And again, if you're Belgium, just give him that shot. Let him show an ability to knock it down before you close out so hard.
Good. Now a 5-point lead, their biggest of the game. And Taboo.
Good defense from Tumba.
Now Saron's going to go right in. And look at Mozgov affect that shot, but Tumba was there for the rebound.
The smart play by Saran is he understood that Mozgov was going to challenge the shot, just wanted to get it off the backboard of the rim and let Tumba go get it.
So you think that was a pass?
Still goes down the box score as a missed shot, though.
Pass. And Tumba's just picked up his 3rd.
That's going to bring Ervel off the bench. Belgium's going to be quite small here.
Yeah, I mean it's a big, strong Russia team. And here is Castillo talking animatedly with Dezoy and Tumba about that interior defense. Now Mozgov started, 10 of 11. He made 10 of his first 11 free throws in this tournament. Opening night against Turkey. He hit kind of a dry spell. And there he makes both. Back to a 5-point game. Saran pulls up for 3. Good! He's coming out making a difference, isn't he?
And Ervel setting a strong screen to get Shved off of Saran.
Dmitry Kuligin goes right past Taboo. It's almost as if Taboo was waiting for some help, and then Kuligin again misses a shot you would expect him to make. Pierre-Antoine Gillette, yep, I knew they were going to call the travel. Just looked a little awkward, didn't it?
You could tell he wanted to shoot it, but then the closeout was coming. And that's a clear lane to the basket. He got a little bit too excited.
Shved hands it off again to Kuligin. Trying to post up Saran. Oh, what a pass, but Mozgov couldn't. Did he try to make his move before he caught the ball, perhaps?
You see there, Kuligin recognizing the help is coming Over the head pass.
Just didn't catch it. I mean, you got to give Cooligan credit for that.
Very Mark Gasol-esque of Cooligan.
And on the baseline, Arvel ties it up at 31.
And remember, Arvel had 8 early points against Latvia in the first couple of minutes. And that's his first basket here today. Look for Shved to be aggressive as he pulls up for 3.
Oh, Shved, that time long. Shows he's human, really. I mean, when he's on, he's on. So maybe he's been sitting down too long. Arvel hands it off to Nwema.
Nice pick and pop.
Arvel on line, but short.
And obviously no bigs inside right now for Belgium, so no one to really crash the offensive glass.
Shevich, no look. Cooligan. Taboo, mismatch. Arvel helps, and then Mozgov there for the easy one.
Good patience there from Russia, moving the ball effectively, and Mozgov ended up with the easiest layup. Didn't feel like dunking at that time.
Pazarevich was kind of like walking on the sidelines as if to say, that's what I'm saying, it's there all the time. Uh-oh, Pierre-Antoine Gillet misses another one. Big, strong rebound from Nwema.
You see it, Nwema, right place, right time. Get yourself in the key, you might get a putback.
Borshevich for 3.
Belgium with a chance to regain the lead here.
They've definitely been scratching and clawing to get their way back to level terms. Taboo looks off, hands it off to Pierre-Antoine Gillet, and blocked from behind by Vorncevic. And they stop Cooligan's progress. A lot of contact, no call. And now an unsportsmanlike has been called on Arvel. So that'll be 2 shots and the ball out of bounds for Russia.
You see him swipe down, and again, if you're behind the play and you're not really able to get your hand on the ball,
you got to call it.
They're going to call it on you.
Great call by the referee.
Obviously, basketball not being called the same way as it was back in the 70s and 80s.
That call by Georgios Porsanidis of Greece. From the left wing. And Mozgov makes the first. Borncevic is talking about. They called the unsportsmanlike. What's he appealing for? Mozgov has got his free throw shooting skills back. Came in shooting 72%, so he dipped a little. He was up in the 90s. You see Belgium at 67% tonight, and Russia at 13 of 14, so that's a big part of their success so far.
Big mismatch here.
Wayman's got to drop down to help out. Give up the 3 if I were them. And Kostov gets it back, and great defense from Belgium. Forces the turnover. Taboo. Oh, looked like he had an open pass to the basket, pass to the corner. 7 on the shot clock. Belgium typically are looking for the 3 more than the 2, aren't they? And especially against Russia with all that size.
Yeah, there's definitely some inside presence to consider when you get into that lane.
Now Sarong gets the handoff. He's going to put his head down. He's going to go strong. He's going to get it to Antoine Gillet, but he stepped out of bounds. It's incredible how many times that happens. But, you know, when you look at that three-point arc, the sideline, there's not that much space, is there?
Well, some gyms even less than others, but obviously in the FIBA regulations, you got to have to know your spatial awareness.
Look at this. See if you can see where his foot is out of bounds. And
They have the right heel.
we watched last night as Guy Panini of Israel hit the go-ahead three-pointer against Germany, and he was about to fall out of bounds. It was amazing.
To able to regain your balance and then knock down a three. Even the German guy was caught off guard. I didn't realize. If you take a look at the stats here, again, Russia struggling from shooting the ball, only 35% total, but still find themselves up 2.
And we hustle. But take it high enough. You're not all the way down.
Where they've really
there
helped themselves is at the free throw line.
You
They're
pick it
13,
up.
14.
You slow it down. It's 11 seconds. And we hustle. We hustle
Also,
for 11 seconds.
had 5
Now,
offensive
don't
rebounds.
foul that late
5
three.
of their 18. And they've got 6 second chance points. A little bit of foul trouble for Belgium. Kevin Toumba and Vincent Cassalou each with 3, but I guess perhaps the 3 for Toumba's, you feel it more because of his physical presence that they would need inside. Hence, they've got Nwema and Hervel out there, as well as Antoine Gillet has to help out down low. It's a big Russian team. Look at it.
Yeah, and obviously Castile's electing not to put Ishmael Bako into the game in the first half.
Final
as
couple of
they take
seconds, and Fritzen couldn't quite get it to fall, so Russia take a 35-33 lead to halftime over Belgium.
See the halftime stats there. Belgium can't be too upset with the scoreboard, but they definitely need to stop fouling and putting Russia on the line, as they've been lethal so far. Both teams moving the ball quite well, 9 assists. Belgium able to get some steals that actually led to some easy opportunities. Obviously, Saron's wide open layup. And then 6 to 7 turnovers from Belgium to Russia. So both teams taking care of the ball as well. It's been an even match and a good game, as both teams looking to get this big win. Russia, a win for them would mean a little bit more room to breathe, and Belgium, a chance for them to obviously advance to the round of 16.
Who do you think is winning the battle of physicality?
Well, there's no question it's going to Russia right now.
So the question is, how long before that starts to really wear Belgium?
Yeah, and obviously Mozgov is a matchup nightmare for many, many teams. But this Belgian team doesn't really have a guy who has the height and the weight to go along. For example, Turkey and Serbia, those guys are some big, big fellas. But they've been able to neutralize it in other ways, mostly by moving the ball quite well.
Okay, so we're at halftime, 35-33, Russia on top. We'll be right back. Well, it's 35-33 Russia on top of Belgium. A great game so far. And have Jeff Taylor joined alongside Josh Davis, who hails from Belgium, but he's trying to be impartial in this one. Well, I think you are.
I am, definitely. I mean, Russia is a very, very good team. Obviously, the best team in the group right now in Group D. And Alexei Shved, 11 points in the first quarter, none in the second. Obviously, a lot of that time spent on the bench, but Belgium doing a better job preventing him from getting into the box score.
Well, certainly Shved is the main man, you would think, when the game gets on the line. Look at that. They're back in festive mood. Some of their partying was waning after Great Britain came back and almost, I wouldn't say they almost caused a major shock, but they certainly were within touching distance of doing something incredible, coming back from a 29-point lead to beat Latvia. But yeah, we were talking about Belgium and Russia, and I asked you who you thought was winning the physicality battle, and you said Russia. And my question is, how long can Belgium kind of match them at that? Because these Russian guys, they're big, they're strong, you know, they're very experienced as well. They play at a high level in the VTB League and the EuroLeague, and it's a big ask for Belgium.
Well, we haven't even seen Ilyev yet, but Kurbanov, Zubkov, obviously the big man Mozgov, you know, those are some big bodies to have to deal with. But they also are all skilled bigs on top of that. You know, Mozgov into the free throw line, knocking down all of his free throws. Kurbanov driving from the corners. You know, these are big guys who have the skill to actually put the ball in the basket as well. And then on the rebounding side of things, you know, those offensive rebounds are tough to come by for Belgium right now. Well, meanwhile, against GB, they were just getting them left and right.
Кулак в сторону первый. Леха, ты задний заслон ставишь. И посмотри, если нету сразу.
Of course, these teams played at the EuroBasket back in 2011. And Russia won that one, but that was a different team, and that was also the first for this kind of generation for Belgium, their first chance, first opportunity at the EuroBasket. This is a much better Belgian team now. Probably a Russia team that's not, well, I think you'd say it's not as good. They got a chance to really grow and get better, but that team had Kirilenko. They were kind
Sergei
of on a
Monia,
roll.
I believe.
Yeah, Sergei Monia. Oh, yeah, what a great player he was. He was captain as well. Second half underway here in Istanbul between Belgium and Russia. Russia edging the first half by a couple of points, but 40-minute game, and this one has all the hallmarks of one that's going to go to the wire. Dezoy pump fake. Oh, what a play from Maxime Dezoy.
And we've seen his footwork, great footwork on display already a couple times, but now he's actually able to finish at the basket for his first 2 points of the game.
Now to Vornashevich. No look.
Can't
And
leave that man open.
Ooh, live dangerously by leaving him open. You're right. You talk about this Russia team, how good they are and how much experience. You know, they play in a loaded CSKA Moscow team. You'll see the replay there. So you got guys like Seaman Antonov, Vornashevich, Kurbanov, Mikhail Kuligin, Vitaly Fridzin. These guys, if they're not playing minutes in the games, they're battling hard in practice.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually crazy that a lot of these guys play better for the national team than their club. And that tends to be the opposite for a lot of teams.
Passes to the corner, Fridzin wide open. Eventually he's going to get it going, and he hits the three.
A great find by Shved as he just floats the ball on the complete opposite side of the court to find Fridzin in the corner wide open. Breakdown in communication there for Belgium.
I would think that the last thing you want if you're Belgium is for that man to get hot.
Well, we know he went 15 for 23 from 3 in the 2015 EuroBasket.
Nice turn and score from Nwema.
They need him to keep playing hard, as you know he always is. Break out a highlight play at any given moment.
Taboo sticking to Kostov. Like, oh, look at that. Kostov went right through Dezoy's leg. It's almost. That would have been one of the highlights of the tournament. Goodness me.
And a potential highlight becomes an offensive foul for Kostov. As you see,
Look at this.
here.
Watch this.
Oh, no.
Dezoy, I've been nutmegged.
And interestingly enough, Hervel seemed to be on the semicircle, but still was able to pick up the charge. I haven't seen many charges drawn here so far in the first couple of days in Istanbul.
Has that ever happened to you before?
Taking a charge?
No, getting nutmegged.
Oh, all the time. All the time.
Oh, right, okay. Great defense from Belgium. Excuse me, from Russia. A little sloppy from Belgium. Look. Casteels lives and dies by every possession. And Shved. Oh! The follow from Moscow! Goodness me! A monster!
Don't
jam
do it
from
to him,
Moscow.
Timofey. Oh my goodness, Timofey Moscow with the left hand.
He said, I'll have some of that Porzingis stuff. Porzingis putback. That even had more power.
And unfortunately for Dezoy, he's been on the receiving end of both of those tip dunks. Porzingis and Moscow. It's just not the shot you want if you're Belgium right now.
Yeah. Very tough moment here for Belgium. You can see Russia turning it up a notch and wide open, and they are going to get a TO. Vorncevic, they're starting to get everybody involved. Fritzen's hit a three. Vorncevic has hit a three. Mozgov with the putback jam. Look at this again. This is Vorncevic. I mean, they are getting some wide open looks.
And again, a great find by Shved again for the shooters. And he has been a willing passer.
Let's listen to Coach Casteels.
But we get suddenly in overconfidence. That's not what we have to do. We gotta keep focused. Moscow.
Два в сторону следующую атаку сыграть.
See the rebounding situation. So
Так и играй с этим и меняйся.
he was, Casteels was talking about focus.
Эй, послушай,
And
они играют этот наш
yeah, they better focus right now. Or this game could be over with the snap of the fingers. Look at this. Look at this. Go! Goodness me.
Timofey Moscow, again, coming from the top of the key, unmarked.
That's when you know it's a big man's game. Oh!
And that's three big momentum plays for Russia in the first few minutes here. And it's interesting, all of Russia's games have been very, very close throughout. They don't seem to ever have a big lead, but they never fall behind too far either. And that's nerves of steel from the Russians.
Kostov almost coming up with a steal. Taboo wide open. And he did have Vorncevic's hands flying at him. And now you have Fritzen rushing down. Vorncevic there with the rebound. The size of Russia is starting to be a problem. Shved, fortunately for Belgium, seems to have temporarily lost his touch from deep. Wayma turns, gets inside, and draws the foul.
Bit of a bailout there for Muema as he lost the ball on his way up. But able to draw the foul to get to the free throw line.
Could have been a foul there from Fritzen. Well, that could have been a foul as well, really. Look at this. Yeah, he got him on the right arm.
That's three now on Mozgov, who's got to come out of the game as Antonov checks back in.
Having just watched him with that tomahawk putback dunk, I'm sure Belgium are glad that he's gone to the bench. 7 points now for Nwema. I think from a pure physicality standpoint, they need both Tumba and Nwema out on the court as much as possible against Russia.
Yeah, definitely. Those are two guys who are not going to back down from the physical challenge.
I think Bako's done well today. I think that's why he's not playing. Interesting as well, we still haven't seen Lecomte.
Again, they are the two youngest guys in the team, so their time will come eventually.
And Fritzen puts up another three, and the ball batted out to Kostov. No look to Antonov. Shved. And puts up a very difficult three. Great defense from Belgium. Terrific.
You see the bench getting off their seats there. As any sort of momentum can hopefully cut into this deficit for the Belgians. Shved has missed his last 5 field goals now after a fiery start. Tumba with a mismatch inside.
And Nwema, three! And gets Belgium back to within 1.
That's going to bring Kurbanov right off the bench. 11 points for Nwema, leading the way for the Belgians. Again, another sign of how balanced they are scoring-wise. 4th
Tumba
foul.
just picks up his 4th foul in the worst possible way. 50 feet from the basket.
Looking at a hard hedge on the ball screen. Shows a little bit too much.
Well, that's costly when you know they need your strength out there. What's the coach saying to him? Can you read?
Just, you got to slide your feet a little bit quicker. Then again, you could be speaking French, could be speaking Flemish or English. It's hard to read lips when you don't know the language.
Over to Kostov in the right, and he hits the three.
Another assist for Shved.
Well, Russia knocking them in left, right, and center now. 4 different players have hit threes.
A little bit of flex action here from Belgium.
And
Lazy
Taboo,
pass.
Absolutely, intercepted by Kurbanov. And Van Rossel's going to come in for Taboo. And that was a strong move from Kurbanov.
One-man wrecking crew on that possession.
I'm surprised he doesn't play more, to be honest.
Yeah, it's interesting because a lot of the offense against Serbia was going through him in the post.
Taboo puts up a difficult shot. Just when they had it back to within 1, Russia have stretched the lead back to 6. And this is a tough matchup for Pierre-Antoine Gillet. Shved.
Another offensive rebound for Russia.
Oh, Jake. And he called the foul for the make.
See the foul right there. Shved takes one more dribble before putting the shot off, which wipes it off.
So timeout. Called once again by Belgium.
You come off the screen, this is the screen.
Russia just looked
Once in a while,
stronger.
you gotta take it
Looking much
wide,
stronger. And a
so
little
he
bit
can
faster.
go, and
Making
you
harder
can make
cuts.
that
Belgium now
triangle.
with just one
And
timeout.
you gotta stop
Listen to
shaking
Castillo.
and baking with that ball behind that screen. It's that simple. You, to the right, to the right,
И
to the
видим, что
right.
они покажут против этого. Только в углы, надо будет идти туда, да? Пик-н-ролл, пик-н-ролл. Играйте на пик-н-ролле лично и меняйтесь.
Don't you love hearing Russian?
Да, Никита первый
And then you hear a word like pick and
Pick
roll
and roll,
pop up?
exactly. I heard pick and roll. I definitely understood that one. Meanwhile, on the other end, Castiles talking about their screening action. Need to attack ball screens much more aggressively and also need to guard them more effectively. They have a very, very small lineup height-wise in comparison to the Russians, sorry.
Here's the look coming from the corridors into the Fenerbahce Arena. This magnificent structure getting ready for tonight's big one between Turkey and Serbia.
Yeah, we expect it to be packed for that game.
Oh, it'll be packed all right. Standing room only. Well, you can see the sense of urgency in the way Castiles was talking to his team during the timeout. Shved's going to take the layup. He got out on him. You'd almost rather him take the three, the way he's been missing it. But instead, the lead goes to 8. Gets his feet set, puts it up, and that's a big three. Big time.
A great extra pass by Jean-Marc Mbuema to find Van Rossum for his third three-point shot of the afternoon.
Now Vorashevich wide open.
Again, that's a third offensive rebound off a three-point shot for Russia in this third quarter.
Oh, where was Shved going? And now the turnover from Pierre-Antoine Gillet. A little bit too much of a rush there to try to get in the transition. And Saron knew the post-up was coming. That's Belgium's third foul. Not a bad one to give. Saron, it's only his first.
Russia with 10 offensive rebounds to Belgium's 2. They're out rebounding Belgium by 11. So again, that physicality and that size making a massive difference. As you see Shved, smooth little finish on the left-hand side. Belgium was going to make a run here with both Shved and Mozgov out of the game these last couple of minutes.
Got to do it. Got to do it now. Still a good team on the court, though, for Russia. Dmitry Kuligin. Oh, nice hands from Dezoy, and then nice hands from Saron. Oh, what's Saron doing? Trying to go behind his back.
That's 2 steals now that haven't led to any shots even.
Yep. And, oh, Kurbanov went up to try to posterize Gillet and drew the foul. But twice, you know, Belgium's so keen to get into transition, but Russia doing a good job of getting back.
See Kurbanov getting hacked on that driving attempt.
And again, the free throw is such a big part of the game. Russia are just in the 90s. That does not make Belgium's job any easier. 14 of 15 for 93%. A 7-point lead. I assume Saluma was in there for his perimeter game. And now the turnover, the miscommunication. Van Rossum trying to pass to the corner. His man went the other way. And there, this is where Saluma tends to be somewhat of a liability defensively with the opposing side really trying to bully him down low.
Yeah, he's definitely a slimmer figure than Mbuema. Russian trying to take advantage of that, posting him up. We saw the same thing happen with Latvia the other night with Tima.
So everything going according to plan right now for Basarevich and Russia. And maybe we should, they finally miss a free throw as Dezoy gets it. But curious to get your thoughts if you think that they're improving as this tournament goes along.
Russia?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they've been very, very consistent, to be honest with you. And the big thing is that they've been able to make plays when it counts. Anytime a team is right on the verge of somehow getting back into the game, wow, they're able to. Saran makes a great little drive there.
They're just trying to stay within touch right now, Belgium.
Again, it's only 6. Plenty of time, obviously, still 10 minutes to play in that fourth quarter. But yeah, back to Russia. They just make plays when they need to. It's Antonov. That's the shot you want if you're Belgium.
Yeah, absolutely. And then a foul by Varnashevich. And before they had one to give. That's where maybe Russia a few times have hurt themselves. The wrong man's been open to take the shot.
Again, we haven't seen Ilyev at all for Russia here today.
Ivlev, the big center.
Indeed, and something we've noticed with a lot of different teams where a guy might play a lot one game and then not get any time the next.
Oh, Salumu, oh, strong move. And draws the foul. Now this is where he can help you because he's quick. He's a good shooter, so they got to guard him. And this is going to set up the opportunity to drive.
Ooh, took an elbow right to the face.
He was a bit dazed. Urbanov's first
This
foul.
is a free throw. Maybe should enter concussion protocol there. After taking that hit.
One shot. Wait the shot.
He's definitely a little dazed. Oh,
0 for 2.
It's tough. He had some misses. Came in shooting, well, shooting 71%. That's not bad. Final 10 seconds. And now the drive. Cooligan over the head, over the shoulder pass, and Kurbanov. And good box out from Salumu. So as you say, still within striking distance, no doubt about it. Just a couple of threes down, but this Russia team, very big, powerful, physical, and making life very difficult for Belgium. They lead it, 53-47 after 3. Well, it's been a EuroBasket of great games, and this is one of them. Russia getting a lot done at the line today. 16 of 18 compared to 6 of 10 for Belgium. So that's a huge part of the game, actually, in the grand scheme of things.
And you know, Belgium can't be too disappointed with their defensive effort, forcing Russia to 35% field goal shooting, yet still find themselves down 6 points after 3.
The only thing I would say about that, Josh, is that they have missed a lot of open jumpers. But Russia, and even Schwed has missed a couple. So Belgium, yeah, I mean, fortunate in that respect. And you have to be worried. You have to be worried if that's going to happen. If those shots are going to start falling in the fourth quarter.
And now Mozgov and Schwed both re-enter the action. So it's going to be a lot of work as we have a very low-scoring game here. Both teams only managing less than 20 points each quarter.
I tell you, you got to be a weightlifter to be a photographer these days. Did you see that photographer carrying the lens?
Well, the lens is bigger than my TV back at home, apparently. So
Just
I'll have to watch some Netflix on there.
I think I wasn't carrying it on the way to the bus this morning. Here we go. And Mozgov back in.
Oh, boy.
And follows up the miss. Incredible. How in the world did Russia not score that? And even Andrei Kirilenko just threw his hands up in the air and went back in his chair. Disbelief. Serron. Shot clock winding down. He's got to go right. Going to put up a three. Good! Man, he is turning into a big-time player.
That now puts him into the scoring lead for Belgium at 12 points.
And his shots are tough, and they're coming at hard times. Schmidt.
That's a turn and an easy finish for Moscow. Lovely pass from Alexei Schmidt. That's 13, 5, and 5 now for Schmidt.
You see Russia really trying to wear out this Belgium team. Van Rossum, quick pass over to Pierre-Antoine Gillet. It's a lot of rim, and it comes out.
That's probably the easiest look Gillet's had all night.
Now Schmidt again gets inside, puts it up, and there's the Alexei Schmidt that we watched kind of burst into stardom several years ago at the EuroBasket in Lithuania in 2011. Constantly getting to the basket.
And he's so dangerous offensively. A phenomenal handle, has the size obviously, and then a lethal touch from the outside. When he's playing like this, Russia is hard to beat.
Well, shot really hasn't been falling since the first quarter. So you would almost rather perhaps him take that shot rather than go out and pressure, don't you think?
I mean, he can give it to you any way that you want it, right? Exactly. It's Dezoy able to get right it back.
Concentration. Every shot is big at this stage.
But can Belgium get the stops and then secure the defensive rebounds? That's what it's going to be about this fourth quarter.
Fridzen open, and there's one rebound they're able to collect. Look at Zubkov put the pressure on Van Rossum. He's got to hurry. Gets it across. A couple of seconds to spare. Van Rossum gets in. Nice dump. And
another turnover.
Because Pierre-Antoine Gillet was going to pass it out. Just surrounded by red shirts, didn't go up strong. And Schmidt again. And this time he misses. Salumu out of the wing. Boy, what an intense game this is. And a foul on Russia. On Kulikin.
Nice hesitation. And another dangerous pass from Belgium as they keep throwing the ball away.
Well, the problem that they're finding is as they get into the lane, they just see more and more red, and it's bigger and bigger. And they're worried they're going to get the shot block. I mean, obviously they want to hit the three, but
that's where
exactly.
That's where the runners and floaters come into play, where you don't need to get all the way to the rim. You can also stop for that elbow or free throw jump shot. We've seen a lot of guys able to hit that throughout the tournament.
And I think with Serron going to the bench, you see Marshevich back in now for Moscow. I think with Serron back, they lose his strength himself. Look at Moscow. Didn't want to come out, did he? So Tabu's got to be real strong out there guarding Hooligan. Now a hold. Second team foul. There's one thing we know about Belgium right now, they do not want to put Russia on the line because they've been hitting their free throws. Here, Antoine Gillet. Tabu's giving away a few inches. And now another foul on Salumu. That is foul number 3. Not even close to stopping him.
I mean, Shved is deceivingly quick, and he's very, very shifty as a ball handler as well. He's just a tough matchup for anyone, really.
Hooligan takes it all the way, puts it up and in. That's one of those where if that were Belgium at the other end, and look at that, the pressure D, Taboo able to get it to Salomu. Somebody's got to be open. It's going to be Dezoy on the baseline. Boy, they got something out of nothing there.
Dezoy showcasing a soft touch on the baseline. But can they bring it to a one-possession game? That's what's been the trouble the last few minutes.
Salomu, trying to guard the powerful Zubkov. And Zubkov gets the friendly roll.
You're right about Salomu just getting abused in the post time and again.
I mean, unless you get help defense, then you help. Somebody helps, and then their man's going to be open. His man's going to be open. So, worrying times for the Lions. Taboo comes up with his second foul. And even there, Dezoy not able to get the rebounds. It goes over his head to Fritz. And now ends up being a 4-point trip down the floor.
Great no-look pass from Shved inside. We need to remember that one. A free throw offensive rebound.
There's no doubt this Russia team is definitely getting better as the tournament wears on, because Belgium have been out here fighting. Dezoy, the three-pointer. They're just making some plays themselves just to stay within touch. Belgium now 10 of 21 from three-point range, 48%. And then they find Fridson wide open, and he misses to the alley-oop.
Ben Rawson with his head turn, very lucky there.
And Zubkov picks up Russia's second foul.
So that wasn't an intentional foul, right?
Watch, tell me.
Goes for the ball, goes for the ball.
Close. I've seen it called for less. So Van Rossum takes a breather, and Wayma back in the contest. Don't forget Taboo's kind of bent over. He's not been well. See Shved going to the bench. Kopstov is back out. Salomu fouled by Cooligan.
Number 22, Dimitri Kulagin, third personal foul.
It's good to see him playing. He was such a big name as a junior coming up in 2011 when he played the Under-19 World Championship in Lithuania. Hooligan. Here's Taboo. And he hustles to get on the floor. And the ball goes off of Mirabel. Mirabel complaining, trying to tell the referee he got hit. The Greek referee says, no way, watch this.
No, that's all ball. And Belgium really sloppy here in the second half, turning the ball over at crucial moments.
They're under pressure though, no doubt. Russia team's playing some tough defense. Behind the back pass, Zubkov thought about putting one up. Now with Kurbanov, he'll try to, ooh, unbelievable. Kurbanov, the baseline mid-range jumper, and draws the foul from Mwema. That's why we highlighted him at the start of the game.
There you see the little tap on the elbow.
Look at Bazarevich. This is role players like Kurbanov now with 8 points, 3 rebounds, 9 points, and 9-point lead is the biggest lead in the game for Russia. Boy, with the turn and puts it up off the glass and in.
The left hand, too. Zoe really heating up in the fourth quarter now. 10 points.
That's why we highlighted him as well for Belgium's man. Not sure he's going to be enough, though, the way Russia's playing. Hooligan goes hard. Oh, the block shot by Salumu.
But again, they can't secure the ball.
Zubkov puts it up from way downtown, and the ball goes out of bounds. The best defensive stand that we've seen from Belgium.
Again, Belgium only 1 timeout left, while Russia still has all 3 to count on down the stretch.
Boy, what a play by Salumu.
Closeout by Salumu.
You know,
we talked about how so many fouls on threes, and he's able to actually block it without fouling.
Saran back in the game, by the way. Taboo.
Isolation. Nice kick out to Saran.
Saran. And Zubkov catches it on the run. And where is he going with that?
Shved was down there.
I thought he could have just caught it. Probably closer to out of bounds. And this time Taboo goes in and gets it back to a 5-point game. These Belgians are not going away, folks. The Lions, the Red Devils.
And Zubkov.
He had plenty of time to stop and catch that.
Yeah, you see Shved unmatched down the court as Taboo with a great hesitation and finish at the basket with the left hand.
And that is a huge 4-point swing. Humongous.
The one thing about Belgium is, who is your closing 5 in a close game?
I think he goes by feel.
Exactly, right? It's never going to be the same 5. Right, but it's never the same 5, and you really don't know. As we look at the box score right now for Zoe.
You got 2 timeouts for Russia as well. 1 for Belgium.
Right?
Yeah, you like, and also the 3-point shooting has been huge for Belgium. They just missed one from Saranda. I think any coach would take 45%.
Okay?
22 attempts.
Hey, don't overlook for the 3. Keep attacking the basket.
You have to really
Build up that team foul.
applaud this Lions team for the fight that they show. They have had multiple opportunities where they could have folded against Russia.
See Shved, who has been very lethal inside and out. He also has 6 assists and 5 rebounds to go along with 16 points.
Russia 2-0, Belgium 1-1. Belgium having to dig in here on defense. Russia going to try to perhaps come up with a dagger.
Again, Russia has been in this situation the first 2 games, holding on to close leads.
Now Kurbanov going to go to work against Saran. Good help defense from Hervel. Good defense from Saran. They rotate it to Zubkov. He steps in, and Taboo gets the board. And then he is bumped, and no call. And now Vorontsevich, and then Vorontsevich loses it, catches the ball, and a lot of physicality. And I have to say, I thought we might have had a foul called earlier against one of those teams. Look at this. Now watch this. No foul there.
Nice move by Vorontsevich.
But then he lost it. He got it back. I think the refs got it right, really.
Yeah, Hervel just pulling down Kurbanov there.
Lucky. Was he lucky not to get an unsportsmanlike there?
And how many times have we seen it this afternoon? Belgium in transition, turning the ball over.
Well, they were in a hurry to get the ball up the floor. You're right. Shved just shared a laugh with Kirilenko. Savage, boy. all over Zoe. Ravel.
Tough shot. He's been off all night.
That was a big possession. If Russia scores here, it'll be very difficult for Belgium. And Schved earns a trip to the line. Yeah, I'm definitely starting to think this Russian team has the makings of a team that can get to the podium, no doubt about it.
Yeah, they have this kind of quiet confidence about them,
Yeah.
where they don't break when times get tough, where a lot of other teams, we've seen them kind of falter down the stretch. Just hasn't happened to Russia in 3 games now.
Defensively, they are just extremely, extremely tough. They were against Serbia. Don't forget, I mean, how much confidence have they gained by beating Serbia? Certainly my surprise team. No, I know a lot of people would say Slovenia, but for me, Russia, I did not anticipate them being 3-0.
Especially out of this group.
Looks like that's what it's going to be unless Belgium gets something special here at the end. Look at that.
Very active defense by Russia.
Got an extra spring in their step. Moscow's having to watch from the bench. He'd rather be out there. Look at him.
Five shooters out on the court now for Belgium.
Makes it sing that time. So back to a 2-possession game, albeit down 6, 10 points. Very difficult to play catch up against this team, just like Lithuania were yesterday against Italy. Once Lithuania got in front, Italy just couldn't reel them back in. Vorcevic and Kurbanov, a real beast, but a foul on Antonov, I think.
Wow,
No,
Belgium
it's on
very,
Kurbanov.
very lucky there. Kurbanov just seemed to be able to chase down the offensive rebound that gets called for the foul. Zoe posting up inside.
Rosson spins, lost it.
And there's another turnover on a key possession.
The turnover bug has definitely hit Belgium today. 16 now for the game. Taboo has 5 and Van Rossum 3.
You know Schved is living for these kind of moments where he can put the game away.
One pass, drives in, takes the contact. The loss won't eliminate Belgium. It'll just complicate their path for sure. They still have Serbia that they have to play. And they've also, that'll be their last game. They'll also play Turkey. And that becomes probably what a lot of people were already saying, a make or break game for them. And that would be tomorrow, the game against Turkey. Of course, if Turkey were to beat Serbia tonight, that might change everything. So the lead goes up to 8. And timeout. 54.1 seconds remaining.
That Turkey-Serbia game, you know, the loser of that game goes to 1-2 as well.
Yeah.
So that is a
Give it a
major
try.
game as well.
And I think we're so used to just look at the timeouts.
Have a look at this one.
Actually,
Forward.
listen to the coach.
On the side. Forward. But don't go too early. Back pick. Flash.
Okay,
Don't
so
return.
we're so used to Serbia being
Встаньте вот так вот.
right there, you know, right, one of the best teams.
Если
Belgium
перегрузки
6-10.
сразу
That has
увеличьте.
probably been the
Поставьте,
disrupting
сделайте.
factor there, that and the defense
Сделайте
of
так,
Russia.
чтобы
And
они
they have been able to
сыграли,
guard
как они
Russia,
хотят.
really stopping them
Если
on the foul
длинный
line.
переход сюда,
Serbia,
здесь
are
идет.
they?
Меняйтесь
We
тут.
still don't know how good they are. They beat Latvia on opening day, but then they lost to Russia. Are they a team that's going to get to the podium? I mean, historically, they're a team that can lose in the group phase and get stronger as the tournament goes on. Turkey, on the other hand, they're young, but there's something nice about Turkey. I don't know. They seem to certainly have great moments both against Russia and against Great Britain, whom they beat.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely play great defense. As long as you can do that, you always give yourself a fighting chance.
So final 50 seconds. Inside it goes to Dezoy. And no, Dezoy fouled by Vorcevic. Boy, that was just what the doctor ordered. Also stops the clock.
Great play call by Eddie Pastilles as Russia, assuming that the Belgium is looking for the three-point shooters. Dezoy just seals the big man inside.
14 points, a game high. He really has been the key man as we anticipated. 15 points now.
Belgium breaks out their press.
Taboo picks up the foul. Are you in agreement with this strategy? Because Russia shot it so well today from the light.
Yeah, and of course, if there's one guy you want to foul on the floor right now, it's probably Antonov.
Vorcevic hasn't shot a free throw today. Came in shooting 50%, so makes that one. Excuse me, he came in having not attempted a free throw, so this is his first attempt of the tournament. Vorcevic. So I don't know. To give that foul away, they are now 25-29. Very impressive, 89%.
Yeah, Antonov would be my guy. On 2 for 4 so far today.
Taboo for three. And that might just do it. Ball goes out. And Kostov is fouled. So Belgium, having started the tournament with a come-from-behind win over Great Britain.
See,
They now
Taboo
verge
and
of losing their second
Vorcevic
straight.
exchanging pleasantries here.
So Russia moving seemingly from strength to strength, and winning breeds confidence. And they are looking more and more formidable. Everybody's been asking, where's Russia been? Where's Russia? The last several years, ever since Karolinko left. Well, here they are, unbeaten at EuroBasket 2017. And Rawson, they ended up taking a three with Pierre-Antoine Gillet. So the final seconds ticking off the clock here. Will they attempt it? Try to get another points for potential goal differential. Cooligan takes it, and that is that. I don't think Eddie Castilles can have too many complaints. Really, his team gave it everything today, but they just got beat by a very strong Russia team that is growing in confidence. Russia prevails 76-67 to stay unbeaten. So Josh, the free throw shooting, crucial aspect to the game today. Russia hit 27 of their 31 attempts, 87%. Moskov only played 22 minutes, but had 12 points, 20 points for Schmed. He just keeps scoring, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, the plus 20 free throw margin for Russia, definitely the difference here today. You know, Belgium actually shot the ball fairly well, but they also got absolutely dominated on the boards, only getting 2 offensive rebounds, while Russia was able to secure 14, creating so many second chance opportunities. And then those 16 turnovers, and it's also the way that Belgium turned the ball over. Sometimes after steal themselves or in transition, and then just being very careless with the ball, big time.
So you got that is a tremendous picture right there as you look at the scores. Andrei Kirilenko, the genuine legend of Russian basketball, now the president, hugging and talking to the players and say, see, this is how you do it. Are you starting to understand what I'm saying now? There he hugs his former teammate, Bikov, who's now one of the assistants. And more and more you're starting to wonder 10 years later, maybe, could this be Russia's year again? Dezoy had the 15. He was impressive. Shved with the 20. Third consecutive game in which Alexei Shved has scored 20 points or more.
Yeah, he's been consistent. He's been great. And then now a matchup with Latvia awaits Russia, and that will likely decide who ends up first in the group. Most likely.
Bazarevich, he's pulling all the right strings, and it just seems like more and more that opening night victory over Turkey was priceless for Russia. They know they're moving into the next phase with 3 wins, Russia. So the pressure off in that respect. You know, they stopped the rock because for the last 2 they weren't able to do that, or they didn't do it. And you know, the possibilities now for Russia, well, they are there.
Yeah, they're going to be tough.
And for Belgium now, what do you, how do you size up what they're facing?
Obviously, they've got a matchup awaiting them with Turkey, the hosts, tomorrow. And they've got to win that game, basically. There's nothing else you can say about it. The thing about Belgium is a lot of different guys contribute, but there's no go-to guy necessarily when they really need that bucket, whereas Russia has that Alexei Shved to make the play. Serbia has Bogdanovic. Turkey has had Cedi Osman, and so on.
Well, I think Belgium have any number of guys that can make shots. Today, I'm not sure that really it was necessarily it was Shved that was making those big shots. I mean, he has been in the first 2 games for sure. But I think more and more it just seems like the guys like Kurbanov, for example, are the guys that they've got the confidence. They're going to pass it, and then when somebody's open, they're going to go to the basket, or they're going to pass to the open shooter. So there's Shved without question. His performances have kind of set the tone here.
You see this pass, he's finding his teammates in positions where they can score.
So one last time, Russia winning it to improve to 3-0. They beat Belgium 76-67. Belgium fall to 1-2. They still got some work to do to try to get out of the group. And one more game coming your way tonight. It'll be Serbia taking on the host Turkey. And we hope that you join us for that one. Thanks for Josh. I'm Jeff Taylor signing off.